That's it.
And good afternoon. Welcome to the Division D Spring Final here in Brossard, Quebec, between T.C.O and the Brotherhood. With me is the two, so-called experts, Paulo De La Rocca and Terry Tam. Gentlemen, good afternoon. Your thoughts on T.C.O and, of course, Brotherhood. Terry, I'll start with you. Doug has not faced a rusher like what he will face this afternoon.
Kwesi is probably I would say the second fastest guy in FPF in terms of rushing. Doug McKernan likes to get rid of the ball fast. I don't know how much time he's going to have to be able to get rid of the ball. I'm looking to see Kwesi not being injured today. He got injured last week, couldn't play. Jamal Giddens came in and rushed for him. So it's either Jamal or Kwesi.
Tough, right?
Two tough rushers. So I'm waiting to see. I don't know what Doug's going to be able to do. I don't think it's going to bode well for him either.
Beasley, you look at TCO's offense.
Mm-hmm.
How will they take out Jamal Giddens, who's been fantastic, 35 TDs during the regular season, and a threat running the football?
Well, first of all, Mo, I want to welcome you to working with the top talent in FPF, myself and Terry Tam. So maybe you'll learn something a little bit about radio journalism today. That being said, it's a very interesting question. Jamal's tough to cover, absolutely, but TCO is a very strong team unit. I think what they got to do is work schematically to take him away. Really focus on letting Brotherhood drive the field rather than giving them the big shots. And look, I mean, Jamal has proven himself as a quarterback all season. He likes to get the ball up to Omar. So essentially, if you can really take the top off, double team in key moments, and see how he'll adjust, put the ball in his court, so to speak.
This game is brought to you by Sportira. Everything you need to look good, feel good on the field. Check out their website, sportira.com. Download their 2013-2014 catalog for your new uniforms for the winter season. Pizzi De La Rocca, Terry Tam, Mocon here for the Division D final. Some key stats to look at here, guys. Jamal Giddens has thrown an INT in 11 of 12 games this year. 6 times he's thrown multiple interceptions. How important will it be for them to make sure they don't create turnovers on their side?
Well, the game last week was close because Jamal threw a few interceptions. Okay. Now Jamal uses his feet very well. If the TCO's defense is beyond aggressive, they like to jump balls, they like to handle teams that like to freestyle, and Brotherhood is a team that can freestyle. I'm looking to see if Jamal can keep it in the Brotherhood's hands. They have a very good chance of winning this game, like you alluded to earlier.
I was going to go the other way and say that essentially, if Jamal turns the ball over, give us the ball to Kernan McDoug, and what he does really well is the ability to control the game, to control the pace. You don't want him dictating how the game will go, so definitely avoiding interception is key for the Brotherhood if they expect to win the game here.
TCO's defense, they've held opposing QBs to less than 115 passing yards 7 times this year. Only one quarterback had 200-plus yards. That's Vinny Galano. So they are definitely a tough force on defense. Brent Gallagher, our very own Brent Gallagher, going for his first ever FPF title. So
Who's Brent Gallagher?
I don't know.
a lot of storylines in this game which will get you throughout the game. But guys, if you have to pick one X actor right now, who would it be?
I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to give it to the combination of Doug McKernan and Tony Lala. 2 huge pickups, the biggest pickups by any team in Division D. I'm excited to see what they can do. I think they're going to be what gets TCO to win the championship tonight.
Terry?
I'm looking at Omar Jackson right now. So Omar Jackson is the #1 target on this offense for a reason. If you want to call him an X Factor, you can call him whatever you want. He is the best player on the field for both teams. Omar Jackson, it has the ability to break games on offense or on defense.
Well, TCO will be on offense first series here. South Shore versus South Shore, Chateauguay versus Brossard, Greenfield Park battle. We're here in Brossard, so go figure. Doug McKernan during the regular season sacked 15 times, but he was efficient. 5 INTs only this year. So we'll see how that plays out.
Great picture, Doug. Great picture.
I've seen it somewhere.
I know.
Can't put my finger on it.
First and 10, and we're about to get underway here in the Div D final. in Brossard, Quebec, and we're underway. McKernan looks right, pulls out to the left, pumps. He's going to run. Gets 7, 10. He gets boys 1 rush. 2, tackled by Omar Jackson, out of bounds, first down.
I'm surprised we didn't see Doug McKernan do his famous pump fake 20 yards after he took off. The amazing thing about Doug is how quick he is. You don't expect him to be able to cut the way he does, and he's great at buying time, great at moving the ball, and we saw it there.
It could be because of that massive beer belly.
Yes, absolutely.
The beer belly is very, very. It's underestimated. I mean, it's a great beer belly.
It fuels him.
It does. It does.
First and 10 for T.C.O. Second play of their opening drive. High snap. McKernan goes the short. Curtis Drakes makes 1 juke, makes 2 jukes, and tackled by Jackson for an 8-yard gain. Second down.
Curtis Drakes is a guy that I noticed only later on in the season. He's so good. I don't think it's. I think it's his first season in the league.
No, it's not.
It's not okay,
It's
but
not.
he's
played limited roles on a lot of teams, but
okay.
absolutely underrated player.
So good, man. I mean, he runs his routes very well. Him and Doug McKernan have a very good connection.
Absolutely.
Well, this is a critical play. 2nd and inches. This could be a first down and more plays for T.C.O., who are so far moving the ball very well. McKernan run and a McKernan pass. Curtis Drakes with a 8-yard gain on the first completion. McKernan looking left, rolls out to his right. He's going to buy some time. One crossbody, incomplete. Third down coming up.
Yeah, sometimes Doug will get himself in trouble with that sidearm release. We saw him make a huge play on it when it was the high snap the previous play. That time really should have probably set his feet and thrown the ball properly. The ball took a little bit longer to get there than it should have, and we saw it almost get picked off on the other side.
Dougie able to avoid Kwesi on that one very well, using his hips, keeping his eyes downfield. I was very impressed.
First third down attempt of the day. 3rd and inches. McKernan looking left, short. Lala catches it. He'll get the first down, tackled, and it will be a fresh set of downs. And Tony Lala, guys, last year, or this season, 5 times he scored multiple touchdowns. He's the go-to guy for TCO.
Well, like I said, he was one of him along with Doug McKernan with the biggest pickups in the offseason by any team in Division D. That doesn't surprise me. He's an absolute beast. And again, great chemistry with Doug McKernan.
First and goal, 2 yards away from the end zone. High snap. McKernan gets it. Rolls to his right. Sacked by Kwesi Gordon. And that's a big play for Brotherhood.
Great sack by Kwesi. That's a matchup that we said to look out for. Nothing was open very quickly. Kwesi was there within a second. Doug McKernan, high snap, lost a second on that. That's something else that I noticed as well. Tony Lala snaps that ball very high. He might be used to taller quarterbacks, maybe in Paul LaPierre and Kevin Wyeth, but Dougie McKernan's only about 5'9".
I think also it's maybe Kwesi, the speed that he gets there. Lala's anxious to get into his route.
Yep.
He's got to watch that.
Second down now. McKernan over the middle, caught by Lala. Will that be a touchdown? No, he's tackled at the lip of the goal line. It'll be third down coming up.
That was a close tackle. It looked like he tackled it before he actually caught the ball. To me, that would have been a touchdown.
It's a bang play. It's very tough to call. We saw it happen in live time, and the three of us can't come to consensus. So imagine referees.
Yeah.
A big play here, guys. If you're McKernan, Sammy Begg, who's his go-to wideout, should he look at him right now?
Sammy Begg hasn't been used in this playoffs, and that's something that Kernan told me he was going to try and do. He's going to try and use Sammy Begg as much as possible. Looking at him right now.
Sacked, yes he is. Kwesi Gordon, his second sack in the last 3 plays. A big fourth down coming up.
I think that might actually play into their favor. I think Doug McKernan will prefer having a little bit more space. Mm-hmm. Great sack though by Kwesi, really getting in on him. Doug McKernan is not able to buy time the way he's been used to in the past. So I'd like to see that matchup going forward.
Fourth down coming up. This could be a pivotal play in the opening drive. So far, remarkably, they have gone 5 plays, but sacked twice by Kwesi Gordon. McKernan, wide snap, looking over the middle. Lala threw his hands, incomplete. Big turnover for Brotherhood.
That is really bad for T.C.O. to get within 5 yards and not be able to score.
Within a yard at one point.
Within a yard at one point, not being able to score. Tony Lala looked at 3 times there, and I think Miller was the other receiver looked at when Kernan got sacked. It's really a tough nail to swallow. I'm curious to see how they bounce back.
Well, TCO runs the 3-2 defense. A lot of short players. Brent Callender, Willie Hurst playing the linebacker. Doug McKern in the middle of the linebacker. Ryan Best set to attack. Jamal Giddens.
Ryan Worst.
Giddens makes one jab. Shaq Finn with the catch. Goes through 2 players, tackled by Brent Callender. Finest on finest violence right there.
We saw that, absolutely. Brett Callender leading the division in tackles this season. Some would say he's picked on. I would say he's picked on.
I would say he's picked on also because he doesn't look that good, and he's not that good.
There we go. So now we know.
Yeah.
I'll tell him that.
You should. I hope he listens to this.
I told him on every podcast, so I'm sure.
Okay, so he already knows.
Well, Callender had 12 pass deflections this year during the regular season.
And by that you mean 12 balls that were not intercepted.
Giddens going wide open. Quasey Gordon through his hands.
Oh, man.
Quasey
Gordon
Gordon
all
was
wide open on the wheel.
On the wheel, great. It was a good throw. I don't want to say it's the best route. Should have been closer to the sideline, a little over his head, but should have touched his hands. Should have got it.
A lot of times receivers that don't trust their quarterbacks will start to cheat inside because they want to give the quarterback more room to throw the ball. Jamal Giddens has proven that he can get the ball there. Just run your route properly, and you'll have the ball float at your hands and just have an easy catch to make.
Okay.
Just trust your guy.
Trust your guys.
A trips look to the left of Jamal Giddens. Quasey Gordon, the backside receiver now. TCO makes their adjustments. Giddens rolling to his left. He's going to run. Giddens going to get to the corner, and he'll be tackled by Brent Callender, and that'll be close for first down.
I would say that was an average tackle.
Yeah, average at best.
Yep.
Brett Callender getting there. Really, basically, Jamal Giddens ran into him.
Yep.
Jamal Giddens, we see first season at quarterback, completing over 50% of his passes, 35 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Absolutely very good season for first season quarterback.
I found out that Jamal didn't play football ever
in his life.
Well, the kitten, Jamal
Kittens, exactly, never played football. He's a basketball player.
So you became a football player from being a basketball player.
That's crazy.
Giddens looking to his right now, hopping, cross body, opens Jackson. Jackson going to the sidelines, tackled by Will Hurst, and that'll be an 8-yard gain, second down coming up.
Will Hurst is a guy who's got to watch his temper in this game. He's a guy who can let guys get under his skin. We've seen it happen before. Team captain Brett Callender says Will Hurst takes a stupid penalty every game. I would say he takes a stupid penalty every day.
Hey. He's very volatile, I will say that. There isn't his penalty stats on the screen right now. I would like to see that one.
That would be great. Although his hair looks wonderful in that picture.
It does.
Jackson has scored 8 TDs the last 5 games. He's been a monster throughout the playoffs for the Brotherhood. Giddens pumps, going over the corner. Jackson intended, caught, feet,
I think
touchdown.
Wow, I thought he only got that 1 foot in. Huge catch by Omar Jackson. Great defense by Curtis Drakes, and it didn't even matter.
Omar Jackson, like I said, he is the X factor of this game. You put it up to him, he's going to catch it every single time. Great play by Omar Jackson. Great throw to get it where the receiver can get it by Jamal Giddens.
Well, you look at Omar Jackson, 7 times he's gone 50-plus receiving yards. Brotherhood, 5-1-1 already off to a great start, 22 yards on 2 catches.
Yeah, and that's the thing is Omar Jackson's probably the most difficult guy to cover in this game. I don't think one guy can do it. TCO's got to do a better job to take him away as a team.
And they're going for a 2-point convert now. Trips left. Giddens looking left. Pumps. Rolling to his right. He's sacked. And that will nullify the extra point attempt. So 6-0. TCO has to respond back given that they cost themselves a potential 6-pointer early in this first half.
Going for 2, I agree with the call because Jamal needs to use his feet. When you go for 1, you can't use your feet. Jamal uses his feet very well. It is a shame that they didn't get the points. Now I'm looking at TCO. They need to bounce back. Getting the ball back within the 1 yard. Not able to do it on the first drive. Dougie really needs to take over this drive and at least hit Curtis on a deep route right away to make a statement.
And what they'll do here is, I'm sure, just march up the field, do their thing. Doug won't be fazed at all by the fact that they didn't score the first time. I expect them to do quite well. There we go.
McKernan rolling to his right. He's got real estate. He gets tackled by Jackson, but that will be enough for a first down, 18-yard gain. And Doug McKernan's second rush, 30 yards so far in this game.
And Doug's told me in the past that he prefers fast rushers, that he likes guys that take a straight line on him so that way he can bounce around and take off. We saw him do it there. That being said, Quincy Gordon-Mall, more than just a fast rusher. We see him cutting a dime. We see his ability to get the flag. Once he has his hands on you, the flag is his. So it'll be Doug McKernan and his ability to bounce around just like that. If he's able to do that, it'll be a long day for Gordon Mall.
McKernan looking to his right, waits, going over the middle, caught by Curtis Drakes. He's tackled for a minimal gain by Jeremy Ronson, and it'll be a 3-yard gain, second down.
Curtis Drake's coming completely across the field to get that underthrow. Great route, opened it. I was looking at Tony La like he had a nice corner. He was wide open on that. Dougie could have went deep. Went to the sure thing. Curtis Drake's great hands.
You can see the matchup, Shaq Finn being lined up against Sammy Begg, who, by the way, T.C.O., when he scores a touchdown, 7-0 this year.
And they haven't used him in the playoffs.
And Sammy Begg is the most improved player in FPF in my estimation. He's done a great job. Very underrated player. I hope he gets to be a piece
double rush. One hopper, incomplete. Great play call by the Brotherhood.
I think teams are starting to realize that Sammy Begg is effective, and they have an eye on him. Shaq is a very effective player, keeping an eye on Sammy Begg. Kernan not phased by anything. He's not going to try and force it to Sammy Begg, who had 39 catches this season, 363 yards, and 10 touchdowns. Not trying to force it to Sammy Begg. Really handling the pressure of that very well.
6-0 lead for the Brotherhood. They responded on a T.C.O. turnover. T.C.O. now playing trail. McKernan rolling to his right. He's going to run. Kwasi Gordon got him, and that will be another sack. Fourth down coming up.
See, I think Doug McKernan can run on Quincy Gordon Mall, but he can't do it that way.
Yeah.
He has to bait him in. He's got to see what angle he's taking and use his quickness to get out of it. He won't beat him in a straight-up foot race.
He can't just decide to run. He has to cut on a dime, make Quasi miss him the first time, and get the 5 to 7 yards.
Couldn't agree more, Terry.
And this is his fifth multiple sack game going into tonight's game. So he's on his third sack, and we're only halfway through the first half.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be an X factor for them if Brotherhood are to win this game. We see a potential double rush.
Gordon rushing. McKernan, and he's sacked, but a flag coming out, and that might be
That's a questionable
a contact call, and that'll be a first down coming up for TCO.
I agree with the call. I don't like the penalty in general. I mean, Quasi going into him, kind of making contact. I don't agree with the penalty. I do like the call. It is a roughing the passer.
I don't think he hit his arm, per se. I thought he was going to the belt. Maybe he was a little over-aggressive, but I didn't see it.
As a result, it will be a first down in their first fourth down conversion for TCO. And can they punch it in? And you look at it again. Chris Miller, Sammy Begg have yet to factor in. Curtis Drakes with a couple catches. Tony Lala, their leading receiver, has a couple catches. But can they get the two guys to our left on your T screen in the game?
I would hope so, especially in the red zone.
And there they go. Begg catches it, and he's
There
in
you
for
go,
touchdown. 7-yard touchdown. 6-6 TCO Brotherhood.
Sammy Begg in the game. Very happy to see that. Now they'll be able to have him. As soon as you include Sammy Begg in the game, you know he's going to get hype. He's going to get good.
Nice little move to get into.
Yep.
Caught the ball. I had to make a guy miss. Great play. I like the throw. I like the play call. Top to bottom. Great play to make it 6-6.
Yep.
6-6, and they're going for a single-point attempt. PZ Delarizzi, Terry Tam, the so-called Div D experts, here with Mo Khan at the Battle of South Shore, Chattagee versus Greenfield Park, Brossard, and points in between.
We're happy you washed your hair today, Mo.
Thank you.
You look wonderful.
Appreciate it. McKernan. And Kwasi Gordon with his fourth unofficial sack, but again, he is controlling the pass rush against Doug McKernan.
Right now I'm looking at those quick routes that he usually uses. He's not doing them. Those quick slants to Tony Lala, those quick slants by the slot receivers, he's not using them. I'm wondering what's going on in Kernan's head right now. Why is he trying to change up his offense?
He does seem a little flustered. I agree with you, Terry. I think we'll see some adjustments by him. Doug's got a lot of experience in this league. He knows what works. I don't think it'll phase him much longer.
Well, he's been sacked. One sack for every 7.8 passing attempts. Giddens waits. He's going to run. He's got real estate. Makes one juke, and Wilhurst get him for a 5-yard gain. Second down coming up.
Tackle by Will Hurst there, able to get there, but you can't stop the 5 to 6 yard gain every time he runs. Jamal. He makes
But
that
that being
move, he
said,
cuts
it's not a
underneath
huge
too
part
well.
of Jamal's game.
Yeah.
So I don't think TCO's particularly worried. What they're more worried about is what we saw last drive, is when they get into a position where they can throw a jump ball to Warren Jackson, will they have something to be able to defend that? And to be honest, I don't like seeing Drake's and Wilhurst on that side. I would put some more size on that side of the field.
2nd and 5 coming up for Brotherhood. Giddens looking left, going right. High, deep ball intended for Shaq Finn. Touchdown. No, incomplete. 1 foot in, and will be 3rd down coming up. It looked like he had 2 feet in.
Great throw. Honestly, Sammy Begg was an inch away from getting that, from knocking it down. Great catch by Shaq Finn. Unfortunately, he couldn't get his foot down, but great throw by Jamal Giddens. I love it that he got over the DB.
Yeah, and the ball is basically perfect.
Yep.
And he got it right to that back line of the end zone. That's exactly where you want to get it on that fly. Shaq Finn unable to drag the second foot.
And
I
who-
agree with Mo, I thought he was in. So either way, tough call to make. We'll have to give it to the officials and hope to see it in replay later on once this game's been put up online.
And who
Omar
doesn't like
Jackson
good
and
balls?
Shaq Finn combined for 19 TDs. The rest of the team, 17 TDs. So go figure. High snap. Giddens rolling to his left. Going sidelines. Caught by Jackson. He'll be tackled by Drakes, and that should be enough for a 1st down.
Yes, it is. Signed by Leo Gervais, head referee. 1st down for Brotherhood.
Yeah, and just a nice simple play. Get the ball out. You have a lot of athletes. You have the ability to move the ball, and we saw it right there.
1 for 1 now on 3rd down conversions for the Brotherhood. Jackson's 3rd catch for 26 yards, 1 TD. Shaq Finn, the other catch, 1 catch for 6 yards. Ahmed Majid, the snapper, has not factored in yet. He had 13 catches and 4 TDs.
And we see here Curtis Drakes playing inside shade.
Ronson catches it up the sidelines, tackled by Muller, and it'll be an 8-yard gain, or it'll be more than enough. 1st down or 2nd down? No, 2nd and short.
Jeremy Ronson squeezing that ball. Sammy Begg had a clear hand on it to knock it down. Sammy Begg jumping that route, trying to knock it down. Not going for the interception. Smart play. I would have just taken it easy and at least just tackled him down because he didn't get a full look on it.
I think we're gonna have to see. They're gonna have to make an adjustment because we see again Omar Jackson has Curtis Drakes playing inside shade on him. That's gonna give him a lot of space to work, especially when there's more field to chew up.
Trips left, 1 step, caught by Majid, touchdown.
Sad Majid.
Yeah, Majid, great job getting open. Great job on our podcast this week as we interviewed him
Yes.
for the press conference. Sad Majid. Look, Jamal Giddens went right, rifled it back across his body, threw the ball probably as hard as he could. Majid held on with no problem for the touchdown.
2nd touchdown pass for Jamal Giddens. 4th different receiver, who's caught the ball. Ronson on the last play. Majid now 12-6. But again, the Brotherhood are controlling the game with the hammer in their hand with the turnover early in the 1st half.
It's like Thor or a carpenter. They like using hammers.
Giddens on the 2-point convert. Wakes 1 juke, goes right, waits, stops, going crossbody. Jackson off his shoulder, out of bounds. It will be 12-6 for the Brotherhood. How impressed were you on this drive by Giddens' play selection, guys?
Giddens was awesome. Quick hooks to Omar Jackson, quick slants to Jeremy Ronson. Overall, very impressed. Didn't try to force anything. He took a shot deep when he had it. Unfortunately, it wasn't caught by Shaq Finn. Overall, I'm impressed by his poise.
I was going to say, I was impressed by his patience there. It was very astute of you. Notice that.
I'm very astute.
Apparently, on
Yeah.
Sundays.
Big words here.
Hey, I don't even know what it
This
means.
is the real crew here. at Old Town. That's what happens.
1st and 10, 3rd series for T.C.O. McKernan's been sacked 3 times officially in this game. McKernan going deep. Sammy Begg through his fingertips. 2nd down coming up.
Overthrown by Kernan McDoug.
But I like that. I think they're gonna come back to that sooner than later.
I like it. Like I said before, you get Sammy Begg involved early, and the game can just blow up. Astute.
Astute, meaning
Astute.
observant.
Ah, yes.
Like
2
the
minutes
bald guys
to
on
5
Fringe.
coming up. And right now, you look at the Brotherhood defense, they have played very well, limiting the big plays from TCO.
But that being said, I mean, I think the big play has been there. Doug McKernan hasn't necessarily want to take the shot. You pointed out, Terry, the corner to Tony Lala. We saw him overthrow Sammy Beg right there, which would have been a walk-in touchdown. I think we'll see Doug be more effective as the game goes on.
McKernan, wild pass out of bounds intended for Chris Miller, but Quasi Gordon again with the pass rush. That could have been a near sack and deep trouble for TCO.
Yeah, absolutely, and TCO can afford to move backwards. Doug McKernan's game isn't to eat up big chunks of the field. It's to be able to move the ball at his pace, and you can't be losing yards if you want to play that game.
That was a play designed to go short, and he didn't have enough time to go short. So it just goes to show you the effectiveness of Quasi Gordon.
Third down coming up. 0 for 2 so far for TCO on third down conversions. McKernan waits, going over the middle. Lala catches it, makes one move, and he'll be short. It'll be fourth down coming up for TCO.
Fourth and about inches. Pease knows a lot about inches. Fourth and about inches right now. Looking to see that quick hook, quick slant to Tony Lala again.
Yeah, and it's interesting because if they don't make this conversion, this can blow the game up for Brotherhood. Brotherhood may be able to score if they don't convert, and then get the ball back in the second half. That would be disastrous. This is a huge play. Doug McKernan needs to get the right play call in and needs to execute.
TCO 1 for 2 on fourth down. Snap to the left. McKernan crossbody. Lala catches it, and he'll get enough for the first down, and it'll be a fresh set of downs for TCO.
Nice play call.
Very dangerous, though.
Very dangerous. I think that it was designed for Kernan just to run, but I guess Kernan with the wherewithal to stop and throw it across his body to Tony Lala for the quick first down. It could have been disastrous.
That looked when the play started, it looked like it was a disaster.
Yeah.
And huge play by Kernan McDoug, making the best out of it.
Never seen
5
them do
plays
that.
now. 5 plays coming up. Stay tuned for the Sportira halftime report as Pease, Terry, and I'll go over the halftime and preview the second half and what needs to be done for these teams to win the Div D title. McKernan looking left, going left, open. Lala incomplete. Both feet out of bounds. Be second down.
Having a conversation with the referee there. Lala believes he was in, but of course every receiver always thinks they're in.
Yes.
So I think that one he was clearly out. Still though, nice to take the shot. 4 plays, no rush for TCO.
And like Shakira said, your feet don't lie.
I believe she said about other body parts. Perhaps
How
the hips.
important is it for them to score? Because Brotherhood will have the ball in the second half and
Yes.
can go up by 2 scores early if they can convert.
This is key right now. 4 plays left. It's second down. They need to take a shot right to Sammy Beg right now. Maybe not.
McKernan, 2 pumps, avoids Gordon. He'll get about 5 to 6 yards on the rush. Second down coming up.
I
Kernan
love how
with some
people
twinkle
always
toes.
bite on pump fakes.
Yeah,
even
it's
when he's
weird.
past the line of scrimmage.
But they are good pump fakes.
Yeah,
though.
they are good.
They're very good pump fakes. Kernan with the nice twinkle toes down the sideline to get a few extra yards.
My apologies. Third down coming up. TCO 0 for 3 on third downs. It'll be huge if they can convert this and prolong this drive. 3 plays left.
I would say they need to. You don't want to give Brotherhood any plays because Brotherhood can score on any given play. A lot of team speed, so really huge down and a huge series for TCO.
Big play, 3rd and 2. McKernan looking left, short. Lala catches it. Will that be enough for a first down? Yes, it will. First third down conversion and prolongs the drive.
And it works. And Tony Lala, like Terry said earlier, they like running little short slants to him, little quick outs, and that's what they do well. If they stick to what they do well, they're going to get Brotherhood a little anxious, a little nervous, and that's where Brotherhood will probably make that mistake that we talked about in the pregame.
If I were TCO right now, I would try and match up, send Sammy Beg over to Shaq Finn's side.
So follow Shaq Finn, who was covering.
Follow Shaq Finn.
And Shaq goes with Will Hurst to side. McKernan looking middle. Going. Avoids the rush. Caught. Incomplete.
Out of
Intended for
bounds.
Curtis Drakes. Out of bounds.
So it was a great way to avoid the rush. Great pass. Great route. The only thing, Curtis Drake's not having the wherewithal to know exactly where he was in the field. And really, you got to know where you're at.
I mean, he was 9 feet out of bounds.
Yeah, he needed Ney Rouge.
He was in
home.
Chattagee
He was in our
when he
booth.
caught the ball.
Yeah, she didn't Chattagee could have caught it, but Chautauqua.
That's
The
what's
beautiful Chautauqua.
up. I feel that way.
Well, you can spend your summer nights in Chautauqua.
McKernan's 7 of 14, been
That-
sacked 3 times, a loss of literally 12 yards up till now. And so right now, Doug McKernan in this TCO offense, Sammy Bake, 1 catch, 7 yards, which was a touchdown.
Yes.
He's been quiet, Terry, and Pease. Should they move him around inside slot? Maybe have him play on the left side of the offense?
That's what I wanted to say before. Is that you have to move him around. You got to see what the matchups are. If you're gonna play him, I'm not sure what number 21's name is, but if you're gonna play him on him, then send him deep. If you're gonna play him on Shaq, then you got to jump in on those slants because you got to really take advantage of Sammy Begg's ability, and they haven't done it yet
Oh, we
this
saw
game.
it.
And
He
they
scored.
should.
The one pass he caught, he scored.
Exactly.
So I mean, evidently, they know what he's all about. They know how important he is to their own offense. But they have to use him across the field, not just in the middle.
They had him deep also, a little overthrown by Kernan, but it was there. They didn't go back to it.
I think
Big
they
play
will, though. I
coming
think
up
we'll see
now
it later.
for TCO. McKernan waits, going to the left, caught by Tony Lala, and touchdown.
Touchdown.
Big catch by Tony Lala, and is now 12-12 TCO and Brotherhood.
And that was a great call by the referee. Tony Lala being deflagged before he caught the ball. Great call to call it a touchdown. Great play design and great throw by Doug McKernan.
Fifth catch of the game for Tony Lala.
I mean, super impressed with Tony Lala. I mean, this guy is aggressive and he's pumped up. He's talking some smack to Brandon Kyler over there. That's a sick matchup. I like that.
Big extra point attempt coming up. Both teams have yet to convert on the extra point attempt. Brotherhood went for 2 2-pointers with their 2 converts and were unsuccessful so far. McKernan looking left, stops. Flag coming. Caught by Lala, and he'll be deflagged by the penalty, so that might be a retake on the extra point attempt.
Interference on the rusher on that one.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's just
All on TCO.
Yep.
Yeah, that's just Kwesi Gordon Mall being so incredibly quick. I talked about before. I thought Lala's snaps were not as accurate as I've seen before, just because he wants to get into his route, and we're seeing the impact that Gordon Mall is having on TCO.
As a snapper, you should know that if you're facing a quick rusher, you got to get out of his way.
Yeah.
The league is built that the snapper's not protected.
Or
Okay.
what you do is you snap the ball and you need to run your route where you're taking. You need to run your route where you're taking a step almost in the other direction.
Yeah.
Or taking a step straight ahead and then
And
making
then
your
cutting.
cut so that you can let the rusher get by you. You
Well,
need to make the
we're
adjustment.
here at the halftime now. It's been called on the Sportier at halftime. Ironically enough, guys, when both teams are tied at half, TCO is 1-0 when they're tied at half. Brotherhood 2-1 when they're tied at half. So really, that kind of cancel out. But the adjustments to be made for Brotherhood in the second half is what, guys?
Right now, the adjustments that need to be made by the Brotherhood is try and take advantage of the shots deep. They had a few shots to Shaq. Omar's only been doing those hooks. If you can try and take him deep, I think you can spread out their offense. Then getting those underhooks to either Sad, Ahmed, or Jeremy.
Peace.
For Brotherhood, the one thing I've noticed in the TCO defense is the outside DBs play inside shade. That gives Omar Jackson free release on the outside, and in the red zone, it allows him to have a ton of space to work to get those fades. I like the matchup putting Curtis Drakes on him. I think he's going to need help, and the only way he's going to get help is by lining up on the outside and having help come from the inside.
Guys, history is on TCO side. When games are decided by 9 points or less, TCO this year 8-1, Brotherhood 3-1. So they've had winning records here. But do you think that will be a factor in how this second half plays out?
I think so. I think it plays into TCO's strength. I think it plays into the fact that Doug McKernan really eats up as much field as he can. In a close game, you want to be able to control the pace, and you want to be able to let the other team make the mistake. And I'll choose experience over a guy who's playing in his first season any day. So I would say it favors TCO.
Yep.
First half stats brought to you by Sportira. Turnovers 1 so far, but third down conversions 1 for 4 TCO, 1 for 1 for Brotherhood. But Jamal Ginn 6 for 8 for 44 yards and 2 TDs.
This
Great
is
start to the
indicative
game.
of their offense. Both their offenses. I mean, Jamal Giddens, he likes to spread out the ball a lot more than Kernan does. So Kernan, when he goes those shorts, you're going to see those 15 attempts. That's why they're 1-4, not able to get those first downs. That's the story of the game.
Halftime stats brought to you by Sportira. Visit www.sportira.com to order your new jerseys for the 2015 FPF season. Giddens, looking left, going deep. Knuckleball out of bounds. His third incompletion of the game. Second down.
Looked like R.A. Dickey was playing for Brotherhood on that one. That was a duck.
You were hoping it would just sort of like come back and sit. in
Yeah.
there.
Could have been Tim Wakefield,
Could've
former
been Tim
Boston
Wakefield.
Red Sox knuckleballer.
The interesting thing about that is I think there was a miscommunication between Kwesi Gordon and Jamal Giddens. We saw Kwesi Gordon sort of run a comeback, a wheel stop, and Jamal threw, of course, the wheel. Threw it out of bounds anyway, but either way, it looks to be some miscommunication, something to look out for later in this game.
Shaq Finn, Jeremy Ronson to Giddens right. Kwesi Gordon, the left slot. Majid, the snapper. Gordon waits. He has all day. Fly coming up. Caught by Ronson. Would be rusher interference, and boxes come off.
Seeing some underwear. It's never a flag football final without seeing some underwear.
I think those are Calvin Klein's.
And what bothers me is it didn't match the jersey.
It doesn't.
Really,
I
the
mean,
carpet's going to match the drapes. so to
no
speak.
compression shorts. You're getting the thigh rash.
Mm.
You know, you got to wear some compression
Yeah.
shorts.
You could wear compression shorts, but on a hot day like this, I think
Yes.
you want to be lightweight in terms of what you have on your body armor.
So
You
you're
wanna
saying
have
is
some ventilation.
No shorts, no undershorts at all.
Just
We
nothing.
could go with skins and shirts if you want.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that might be a necessity in future seasons if it gets this hot ever again.
The commissioner of the league, Robert Campan, is like, guys.
Guys.
That's like his favorite word.
It is. He loves
Guys.
guys.
Second and long now for the Brotherhood. Giddens in his end zone. Waits. Shaq Finn, great catch, double coverage. He'll be shy of the first down. Will be a 14-yard gain, tackled by Sammy Bay.
Brent
the ball was in the air
Callender.
for a while. You figure Brett Callender would have been able to break
Yes.
on it, but Brent Callender really not able to get it. Looking really sluggish and slow on that play.
Brent Callender should have been there, and he's mad at himself because he knows he would have been there. He could have got an interception or at least knocked it out. Very disappointed, but it's normal for a play like that from Brent Callender. He's not that good.
Mark it on your calendar, so to speak.
Trips left now. Shaq Finn, the inside receiver. Kwesi Gordon, the backside receiver. Ronson, the middle of the trio. Giddens, he's going to run. Stops. Makes one move. Makes a behind-the-back catch. Great job by Majid. But Curtis Drakes, is that an INT?
We don't know.
Incomplete. Curtis Drake's not happy. Incensed. Thought he had the INT.
It looked like
but
it.
no go.
It looked like there was an INT there. It could also be considered pass interference. That was Ahmed Majid with the almost catch that got interfered with right before the ball. It could have gone both ways. Leo Gervais, head referee, making a good call.
Well, the referees are going to consult right now about this, but you look at Jamal Giddens pulling a point guard move with a no-look pass, almost picked off.
Very dangerous pass. I would have taken the 3-yard loss rather than throwing it up in the coverage, but Jamal Giddens trying to make a play, almost got caught.
Fourth down coming up here for the Brotherhood. Giddens makes an audible to Omar Jackson. Giddens waits. Ronson through his hands, incomplete, and T.C.O. gets the hammer back in their hands.
Audible to Omar Jackson. Omar Jackson was wide open. If you looked at him right away, he was wide open. The safety on that point, I think it was Curtis Drakes. He took a couple seconds to get over to Omar Jackson's side. He should have just whipped it to him right away. He was wide open. Would have been a first down.
That being said, so was the hook, right?
So
When
was
you
the
run, the snapper should always identify who the rusher is. That way, the second rusher doesn't have protection. You run right at him and hook in front of him. He'll have to go around you. You'll be wide open every single time.
Brotherhood 1 for 2 on fourth down conversions. TCO, hammer in their hands. McKernan over the middle. Lally catches it behind that back run. He'll be tackled for a 7-yard gain, second down.
What Doug McKernan does very well is be able to throw over the rusher into the snapper's hands. A lot of quarterbacks have a lot of difficulty throwing right at the rusher. He really waits for the rusher to get into him, lower his hands to the waist, and that's when he's able to get that clear throwing window right in the middle of the field.
2nd and 3 coming up for TCO with a big turnover. Ironically enough, opening drive for each team resulted in no points. McKernan going left, Called by Chris Miller. Easy touchdown. 18-12 now for TCO.
Nice play design. Chris Miller getting it in space and an easy touchdown.
Chris Miller avoiding the tackle there, getting in the end zone. Chris Miller is another player that hasn't been used this game, but he is always a strong player whenever they win games.
Plus
As
he
you
has that
said
wicked
before.
bandana.
Yeah, wicked bandana.
As we said before, TCO 8-1 when games are decided by 9 points or less. So this is factoring in their favor as we proceeded along in the second half.
Well, like I said, it's a game that favors their style of play. They will march up the field. It is boring. It lulls the defense to sleep, and we saw it there. We saw the defender taking a little time to get to Chris Miller. Chris Miller avoiding a tackle for a touchdown.
McKernan caught by Bank, and he walks in for the extra point. It is now 19-12, and the first convert of the day.
I noticed that Jamal Giddens switched coverage on that one. He went over to cover Sammy Begg. Sammy Begg just a drag. No one was able to do anything. Extra point, good.
And it's interesting because when I first started this league, a lot of teams really attacked the back of the end zone as a standard to attack lanes. We're seeing now quarterbacks taking chances, hitting guys on drags, and having their players make plays for them. We're seeing that more and more. Doug McKernan taking advantage of that, and we saw it in that convert.
Uncharted territory now for Brotherhood. Giddens opens Jackson up the sidelines through his hands. A drop ball, second down.
Omar Jackson with that quick hook like he did, looked upfield before he actually had the ball in his hands. It's a tough drop. You can't make that mistake at this point of the game.
Do you think, though, guys, that this being this kind of game and now being down, having been up early, will affect the Brotherhood? Do you think that they'll have trouble keeping focused in this kind of game?
Experience-wise, I would say yes, but I've seen the Brotherhood play. They played an intense game in the semifinals last week. They do have poise. They're a close-knit group. They're all buddies. I don't think that it should affect them as well as much as you would think.
Giddens looking to his left again, going crossbody. Intended for Shaq, thin and incomplete. It will be third down coming up for Brotherhood. 1 for 2 on third down attempts on this next play.
I don't really understand why he threw off his back foot. Jamal Giddens had plenty of time, plenty of space to step into the throw. He just sort of sat back on his hips and threw the ball from his back foot. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
And at that point, it came out like a knuckleball, R.A. Dickey style, and Shaq was nowhere near it.
Mets love.
And the one thing, guys, you look at it, this isn't like a 3rd and 2. This is a 3rd and 10. Yep. So they have to have some big plays or some creative plays lined up to get their guys open.
I think you try and bait Kwesi deep and get maybe Omar on a deep hook right here.
Giddens rolling to his
Or
left.
vice versa.
Going high knuckleball intended for Omar Jackson. Through his hands. A flag on the play. It'll be a PI. And Jackson is hurt. And we'll see what the call is, but it looks like it will be a first down for Brotherhood.
Omar Jackson falling into the wall there.
Yeah, very
Felt
dangerous
really hard.
play. We hope he's okay.
He looks like he's okay. Omar Jackson's a tough kid.
Well, again, Omar Jackson this year, when he accounts for touchdowns, he's scored now 11 TDs in the last 14 games, including tonight. 9 in the last 5 games. So he's a big impact for the Brotherhood offense.
Absolutely, and he's coming to this game. We know he's the guy you have to watch. You know, we talked about him and Shaq Finn accounting for a large part of the offense, but really the one that scares you coming to this game, the one that keeps you up at night, the reason you argue with your girlfriend on the way of the game is because you're worried about covering Omar Jackson.
Omar Jackson back in the game. Tough boy.
Well, again, you look at TCO's defense. Jamal Giddens, 5 times he's been a 40% passing completion rate. They have a 3-2 record, and right now in the second half he's off to an awful start. So he's got to really get that completion up if they're going to win this game.
We see Curtis Drake's arguing with the referee. He's got to stay calm in this game.
Giddens, and he is suplexed.
See, now this is the same thing that happened to Dougie before. It was just contact. It wasn't contact on the arm. It was called against Kwesi. I think if you want to be consistent, this call should have gone went against Ryan.
It's almost like it was
Best.
a makeup call because it was a 50-50 call.
Steve Donald and now Leo Gervais are going to talk. It is a sack, and it's an unorthodox sack right here. But Jamal Giddens is fuming right now, and he looks like he's a little bit out there with his head getting nailed by Ryan Bass's leg.
leg, knee.
Well, you're
cleat.
saying you're saying it's an unorthodox sack. It is for flag football. For football or for wrestling, it would be more orthodox, so to speak. But absolutely, Ryan Best got there quick. A little bit of contact, like Terry pointed out. If you want to be consistent, I thought that should have been called.
Is now second and long, third and long coming up. Giddens trying to get the corner, can't. Goes crossbody. Majid with the catch. Tackled by
Nice
Will
catch.
Hurst. He'll get back the lost yards and more.
Ahmed Majid with a great route, getting up there, catching the ball, being a good outlet for Jamal, bubbling out. Everything else was covered except for that. Good play by Jamal and Ahmed.
And he made a great adjustment, moving his body in position to make that catch. Very good catch by Ahmed Majid.
A big play coming up for the Brotherhood. Can they convert as they're down 19-12 here in the second half of the Division D spring final?
I'd like to see a fade here to Omar Jackson. To me, it's wide open with Curtis playing on the inside that way.
Giddens going in the middle, intended for Shaq Finn. Flag on the play. Caught. Touchdown with Kwesi Gordon. But there is a flag on the play.
Could be interference on the rusher from, I can tell from the body language of Jamal Giddens.
Yeah, I think this one's coming back.
It'll be second down repeat, but a big 6-point loss for the Brotherhood.
Mm-hmm. And they can't afford to have mistakes like that. Huge play by Gordon Mall. They really need to capitalize there, so it's very unfortunate to see that play come back.
Trips left now. Majid Boys to the left. Ronson and Jackson to the left. Shaq Finn to the backside right. High snap. Giddens going back. Intended for Shaq Finn. Picked by Sammy Beg. Makes one move. And away goes Sammy Beg. Flag off. Tackled by Shaq Finn in a costly turnover. 4. Oh, a flag on the play.
Unsportsmanlike conduct after the play.
By who?
It looks like it's on the Brotherhood.
Oh, we apologize.
Flag guard.
It is
Flag
a
guard.
touchdown.
Oh, that was an extra point. So they called it a touchdown?
I'm very confused.
Yeah, so that was the extra point. They called the touchdown. They went for 2. It was weird. There was no signal for the touchdown by any of the refs.
So it is a touchdown. Kwesi Gordon, our apologies, did catch it for a 20-yard
job.
grab. And on the extra point attempt, no good. So 19-18 for T.C.O. And there is a play on the football situation going against T.C.O. So they'll have the ball at their 1. Dunn McKernan in his end zone.
Yep.
Yeah, they called a flag guard on
Sammy Beg.
Sammy Beg on that play. A little bit of a touchy call.
His flag was off.
It seems odd that a player would flag guard on a convert, but we'll have to take their word for it.
Well, now this could be Kwesi Gordon territory. Doug McKernan does not have much space to work with, so he'll have to be very quick. McKernan waits. Oh, he's very close to being sacked. Incomplete.
Safety.
And it is a safety.
Well, I don't know about that.
2-point conversion coming back
I
to the Brotherhood.
find it strange that call came in late as well. To be honest, I gotta wait to see this game posted online because I'm very curious about that.
This game is nuts.
Yes,
It's
it
nuts.
is absolutely nuts.
I don't even know what the hell's going on.
Neither do a lot of people.
But whatever, I never know what's going on anyway, so
You're barely lucid.
it's true. So now they're back up 20-19 for the Brotherhood, coming back from a 19-12 deficit, missing the 2-point conversion. Kwesi, rusher extraordinaire, getting the safety
Kwesi
on Colonel
Gordon,
McDoug.
unofficially 4th sack of the game. Giddens going crossbody. Shaq Finn with the catch. Makes one pivot. Tackle by Brent Callender. Second down coming up.
Now, there was rumors about Shaq Finn being injured before this game. I haven't seen any of that injury.
Well, he looked fast in
against
Brent
him.
Callender. in any
That's
case.
a terrible picture, Brent Callender.
Seriously.
Like, get some lotion on, you know?
He
Lotion on
looks
your lips.
shorter in the picture as
Some
well.
chapstick.
You guys, you go back to the last touchdown, and now the safety. This could be the turning point against TCO, and the Brotherhood is what they needed to get the momentum back on their side.
Yeah, that was key. I thought that call. I thought there was a couple of calls in the last drive that were a little odd to me, but definitely calling a flag guard on a convert. It's a tough call to make.
Giddens.
Man coverage.
Wide open. Jackson makes one cut, and he'll be tackled by Curtis Drakes, and that'll be enough for first down.
That was an odd man coverage on that one. Everybody went man. Curtis Drakes gave Omar Jackson about 19 yards in between him and the receiver. And now Brent Callender giving it to Curtis because that's his man and he didn't have him.
It's just strange. I don't understand where he was lined up and what he was playing.
I think he's trying to force him deep to catch up on him, but Curtis Drakes, as good as a player as he is, not experienced enough to give Omar Jackson that much space.
And like I said, we haven't seen him make the adjustment either, and we haven't even seen Jamal Giddens really test it. But we'll see how that goes, plays out for the rest of the game.
Giddens rolling to his left, going to Jackson. Body catch, makes one move, up the goal line, touchdown. 12-yard touchdown. Omar Jackson is now 26-19, heading the extra points.
What a turn of events in this game right now. I mean, Brotherhood, we saw that they were fuming. It looked like they had lost all their poise, all their patience. Coming back, a few sketchy calls, I'd say, by the referee. Well, maybe not by the referees, but by the players. And now they're back in it, and they're ahead by 7 points, going for 2 right now.
Yeah, and it's definitely. I mean, this is not how I saw the game turning out. The way we saw the second half start.
Yeah.
It just shows you in FPF a couple of quick plays, and the game can turn on its head.
And guys, if they hit the 2-point convert, it becomes a 2-score lead with very little time left in the second half.
Yeah, it would be huge, absolutely huge.
Giddens moves back over the middle, picked off by Begg, so they avoid the 2-score deficit now. Down by 7. Does Doug McKernan have it in him, guys, to come back down and potentially score a TD and tie the game up?
Yes, I think he does. I mean, Doug McKernan has been playing very well these playoffs, and he's been able to stay poised. He has a good receiving core. Just keep to the game plan. Don't try and change anything. And I think he knows that. Having won a championship with him, I know that he knows what it takes to win a championship.
Big drive. 1st and 10. Last series, Doug McKernan was called for a safety. McKernan pumps. Going deep. Miller, touchdown.
Nice catch.
Huge catch. Huge play.
Wow.
So basically, he ignored everything you said.
Hey,
Put
you
it
know
up
what?
deep. Touchdown. Terry Tam, you're wrong.
That's why I'm a bad Division E quarterback.
Yeah. Doug McKernan knows better.
It's also something that we said at the beginning of the game as well, where he has to take a shot deep. He took a shot deep on a very sketchy double coverage right there, but it worked out. Good arm, good catch, good awareness by Chris Miller. Chris Millar.
Big point coming up. 1-point lead now for the Brotherhood. Can they stop this? Because right now, Akwesi Goran's safety is the difference in why they're in the lead by 1 or down by 1.
It's interesting because I think if you were to give the advantage to anyone for converts, it would be T.C.O. This is really putting their money where their mouth is. If they score here, they take control of the game once again.
McKernan. Middle through Tony Lala. So it's the 1-point lead for the Brotherhood. And now can they make a stop and get the hammer in their hands?
They'll need to. The gavel. I prefer if it's a gavel. Can it be a gavel?
Could be a gavel.
Gavel it is.
Is it a
The
jackal?
gavel.
Or
back
scepter,
of the hands.
maybe?
Maybe.
Scepter? We can
Yeah.
go royalty on
All
us?
right, let's
Maybe
do
like
it.
Thor's hammer. We can use that.
We did Thor already.
We did it? Oh, okay. I didn't see it. Sorry. I'm not paying attention, clearly.
Not at all.
Jamal Giddens, 12 of 18. A great
I've been
day
looking at
so
Ryan
far
Reed's
for him.
biceps all day.
I don't blame you. They're wonderful biceps.
Mm-hmm.
Only 6 incompletions for Jamal Giddens in this game. The kitten definitely purring.
The kittens.
Giddens moves back, pumps.
Ooh,
He's
nice.
going to get by Ryan Best. Makes one juke, tackled by Will Hurst for a 1-yard gain at best. No pun intended.
It was pretty intended. I saw
At
you building that in your
worst.
mind. I saw you formulating that thought. Ryan Best jumped, and you, as a rusher, you can't get airborne, especially not against Jamal Giddens.
Yep.
You will get beat.
The rushers should never jump.
Like in
Never.
their lives.
Sorry?
Like in their lives. Like
Yeah,
when they go
you
home.
shouldn't jump. It never bodes well for you.
It's the opposite of that Van Halen song. You might as well not jump.
And if you jump, forget about it. You're in no man's land.
That's coming from rusher extraordinaire, former Montreal's finest rusher.
3-time
All-star.
D1 All-Star.
Hey, when there was only one division.
When there was only 6 teams, Mocha.
Giddens. Rolling to his left. Going to Jackson.
Nice catch.
2 feet in, and it'll cut the deficit in half. 5-yard gain.
Can I say that was the nicest 5-yard gain I've seen? Nicest 5-yard catch of all time. And the trophy being presented. D-Baz.
Darren Basmajan, the president of FPF, the face of FPF. Omar Jackson now with his 6th catch of the game.
And Omar Jackson's been tough to cover. I mean, Curtis Driggs has done everything he can, and still, it seems like he's just got his hands full.
3rd down coming up. Giddens going deep. Shaq Finn open. Incomplete.
We keep seeing this today. What's with wide receivers cheating inside on the fly? Just run your damn route. He was open. He just had to run his route properly. I don't know why he cut it in. He cuts it in. Ball's where it's supposed to be. Incomplete pass. All on the receiver on that.
Blame it on the receiver.
That time I will. Well, now we're quarterback, so that's what we do.
It's true.
And a big 4th down coming up. Brotherhood now 2 for 4 on 3rd down attempts. Meanwhile, on 4th down attempts, they're 1 for 2. This
So
could be the game, guys.
It's basically the same ratio.
Yes.
3rd and 4th down.
Yes.
Awesome.
What will T.C.O come up against Jamal Giddens? Giddens rolling to his left. Short pass. Caught by Kwesi Gordon. And he cut. And T.C.O was asleep. And guess what? Kwesi Gordon, 1st down.
Never stop running. Especially with guys speed like Kwesi. Never stop running. Just like his fan base right now is screaming, never stop running.
No. Could have been like a Forrest Gump moment. He just run right out the
Just
field.
run. Just run.
Right out of Brossard. And then
And
back to Brossard.
And then back, because we need you to finish the game. Right?
With very little time left here in the second half of this Div D final, can Brotherhood close it out and win their first ever title? They were 4.5-point underdogs in this game, and clearly they have destroyed the coverage of the point spread.
Well, we'll see. There's still some time left in this game. We'll have to see how it goes.
Going deep, Jackson, incomplete.
Yeah, that's about as good as you can cover it. Basically, you pin him up against a sideline, make him have to focus on his feet, and make it as difficult to catch as possible. It won't work every time, but it will work sometimes.
That's the second time that Omar's been thrown a ball, and he's dropped it.
Yeah.
And it's a little weird for me to say that because we give him so much hype, but he's dropped 2 big balls at this point, and we love big balls.
We do. We don't like them to be dropped.
Nope.
Timeout call
It
on the field, and this is a much-needed rest for TCO. Can they find it in themselves to make a big stop here? You look at the Brotherhood roster right now, and up till now, surprisingly enough, guys, we've seen, you ready for this? 6 different receivers catch 1 ball or more in this game for the Brotherhood.
But that's the MO for Jamal Giddens. He likes to spread the ball out. We talked about how Doug McKernan really focused on 2 or 3 receivers. We see the opposite for the Brotherhood. You know what? It's what works for them, and it's just keeping them ahead in this game.
Big play coming up. Look at the TCO roster. Sammy Beg, relatively decent game, albeit he's been quiet on the offense. Defense, he's come up with 2 plays on extra point attempts. Giddens, low snap, rolling to his right, pumps, waits, pivots, going middle, wide open, Majid, touchdown. 13-yard touchdown, and that could be the dagger in the hearts of TCO.
It looks like it's going to be the dagger, Mo. Obviously, we can't call it too soon. There's still a few minutes left to play. Ahmed Majid wide open in the middle of the field. Broken coverage completely. Jamal Giddens making a sick cut, making Ryan Best look like Ryan Worst. And nice throw down the field.
Interestingly, when Jamal Giddens broke Best, I saw Doug McKernan step up. Doug McKernan playing in the middle of the field. Maybe should stay back with his receiver. Even if Giddens takes off, you still have a better chance of tackling him than you have of stopping a wide receiver who's wide open.
All right, guys, 7-point lead. This could be the kill shot if they convert on the 2-point attempt right now for the Div D title. Base formation. Ronson, Finn to the right. Giddens going left. Majid, incomplete. So TCO has a life in them. Can they now come back and potentially tie this game up at 3-2?
7 points. It's very doable, especially since they go for 1 normally. They can easily tie the game. I'm not looking to see of them taking a shot deep again. I could be wrong.
Because you were wrong
again.
last time.
But I think they're going to try and eat the clock and tie the game up.
I think that's the best proposition for them at this point in the game. There's not a lot of time left. Might as well spend
5 plays
as much
left,
of it.
guys.
There we go. As much as
Why plays
use as
left?
many of the plays as possible, and then take it in overtime.
Tony Lala, the go-to guy, 6 catches for about 40 yards or so in this game. Meanwhile, Simon Beg, 2 catches. McKernan pivots. Miller, he's hit, and there'll be a flag on the play, first down, but that'll be more yards depending if it's a UC or a UR.
It was it was tough.
I think it's an OC on that one.
Yeah, I don't think you call it UR. I think
He'll be gone
really
for 3 plays.
just trying to make a play on the ball.
Is he gone for 3 plays? No, he's not.
It depends. It's if a UR.
I don't think it's a UR.
Even though, OC could be gone
calling
for 3
contact.
plays, but
Depending
it
on the
depends if it's a UC, which is unnecessary contact. But the yardsticks will be moving up even more, giving TCO more of an advantage to potentially punch it in with 4 plays left.
Absolutely. Unnecessary contact, of course, means the player, of course, can stay on the field as opposed to a UR. And unnecessary contact is what I call it when Mo Khan calls me.
32-25, 7-point lead for the Brotherhood.
The Brotherhood fans.
Making noise. The snap. McKernan down the middle. Great catch by Lala. Tackle for about an 8-yard gain. Second down coming up.
How good is Lala at making those catches
Oh, it's
in
nuts,
tight
man.
spots like
He
that?
made one last week too. Skinned the ground. It was nuts.
He's got like no skin left in his arms.
Oh, zero.
Start playing with
He's
long
played
sleeves.
with some solid quarterbacks. He knows that he has to catch every ball or he's not getting another one.
Yeah.
He's
By the way,
used to it.
Tony Lala, when he scores a TD, 7-0 for TCO. So he's not scored one yet, but he could be in play for one on this series.
He
Clearly
scored one
that's
before.
With Doug McKernan will be thinking about it.
Tony
If
Lala
he
did
doesn't
score
throw
one.
him a ball, they won't win in overtime.
That is true.
Tony Lala did score one.
McKernan sacked by Jamal Giddens. A big play.
Sacked by Jamal Gittens. Not even Quasey on that one. Switching up the rusher. Maybe to give Quasey a breather.
Well, what's interesting
Change
is
it up a
Jamal
bit.
Giddens is much taller than Quasey Gordon.
Takes away lanes.
And I know Doug McKernan hates playing against tall rushers. He's not a tall quarterback, standing at about 5'9", with a seemingly military-style haircut. I thought it'd be interesting to bring in Gittens once in a while, and we saw it happen in this play. We saw the impact.
Giddens forced sack in the last 2 games. 2 plays left. Not much time left here for TCO. McKernan. Sack. Caught by Lala. Enough for the first down. 1 play left. A photo finish coming up.
Quasey back at rusher. Jamal Gittens with the sure tackle down the middle. Great catch by Tony Lala.
I would have
He's
liked to
sure-handed.
see, given the way that Brotherhood lined up, it looked like they were playing man. I would have liked to see a comeback to Simon Bay because I thought that would have been wide open.
Oh, yeah.
Still a
Good point.
great play on that pass, Tony Lala.
And you can sort of see the matchups happening here. Shaq Film playing the left halfback. Omar Jackson playing the right halfback. Jamal Giddens, it appears it could be a double rush right now with Gordon and Jamal Giddens.
I'm looking at Sammy Beg as a big target right now.
Here we go. McKernan. Middle. Touchdown. Curtis Drakes. Pending the extra point, it is now a 1-point lead for the Brotherhood.
That was a huge play by Doug McKernan.
Very
giving
nice.
himself, like, he had no time. He gave himself like a half a second more, threw a ball to tight coverage. Curtis Drakes with a huge catch.
Guys, do you go for the 2-point or 1
You
point?
go one right now.
I say
One.
go big or go home. 2 points.
That's
why would you want to leave it in overtime? And
Because
overtime
they
anything
never go for 2. Why
We're
would
going
you
for
go
2, guys.
Going
Why
for 2.
would
I
you-
love it. Doug McKernan,
You know
you're
what?
my boy.
I'm gonna say this. They listened to me because last week I said you're better off going for 2 because you have your route develop. Your play develops a lot better when you go for 2.
I agree, and plus, like I said, this way you win the game now. You don't leave it up to like the 50-50
Exactly.
composition, which is overtime. Plus, you have a very confident quarterback, very great run runners. Why not?
All right, here we go. 2-point convert for the win. Can TCO hit it? McKernan. Middle. Wobbler. Jackson.
But there's a
on
flag.
the play. It'll be TCO ball again.
Flag
And
on the
now
play.
they get
Quasey
It looks like it
Gordon.
was roughing the
They go to
passer.
go for 2 from the 5-yard line.
That is correct.
Roughing the passer. The play comes back. Now I have a question. Does it go up 5 yards?
It goes up to the 5-yard line.
And
Quasey
it's still
Gordon
for
is
2.
hurt. So it appears Jamal Giddens might have to rush if Gordon is not ready to come back in.
And Jamal Gittins is a huge presence in the middle of the field. That being said, you don't lose much with Gittins as a rusher. However, if they do take this penalty, they can go for one on the 1 yard line as well. So it's a curious decision. I'd like to see what TCO decides to do. And Doug McKernan doesn't look like he's okay. He's
Right
favoring
elbow's
his
hurt.
Right elbow.
So right now, it looks like Suleiman Anwar is going to come in, number 88, to rush on this series. He had 5 sacks during the regular season, and he'll be looked at as being the X factor now and trying to stop Doug McKernan from finding the open receiver.
It's a 10-yard penalty, so they're getting a 2-point conversion from the 1 yard line.
Wow. Or did they offer the 1 point? I'm not sure.
Well, no, look where the ball is because they went for 2, right?
The decision to be a 1 point.
Oh, you can change it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what they do.
I'm not sure actually.
Well, why would you change it, right? You
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm just saying
exactly.
they could. Not saying I would.
Let's ask the ref. Hey, ref.
On the lip of the goal line, can TCO punch it in? The angst is evident on both sidelines and in the stands.
I'm nervous. I can't even explain why.
McKernan has all day. Touchdown, Curtis Drakes. TCO wins.
That's the game, boys.
Game over. Now.
So now we know. It was a 2-point convert from the
I was about to get up and leave.
Your Division D champions, TCO, winning at 33-32.
Now we get to find out what TCO stands for.
We're going to find out either way because I made a bet with Brett Calendar.
Oh, okay. It's true. If they lose,
Yeah.
he would have had to
I was
tell
betting
you.
both sides.
Oh, okay, that's good. Good. You're smart.
Mm.
Now, hopefully, it's actually not called the choking ones. That'd be pretty funny.
Well, they're no longer the choking ones.
They're no
thanks.
longer the choking ones.
In
Kernan
part to them.
McDoug really coming through. I think we're giving Kernan McDoug to the MVP right now. Kernan McDoug had a great game, marching upfield whenever he could. Great throw to Chris Miller downfield to get the touchdown. First play from in the second half. Overall, good performance by TCO. Defense played very solid against a good quarterback like Jamal Gittins.
I would make a case for Curtis Drakes. Curtis Drakes,
Yes.
he having a huge game on offense. Limiting Omar Jackson's efficiency in the red zone. Going up toe-to-toe with him several times. That's something that's not going to show up in the stat sheet, but if you're watching the game, you know he had an impact on defense as well.
And we go back to 2 turning points. TCO, when they gave up the safety, but now that Quasi Gordon roughing the quarterback results in a second in life, and TCO wins this game.
And Brett Calendar, the most overrated
That's the
captain.
worst thing I've ever seen
I know,
in my
I'm
life.
a little hurt by this.
It bothers me.
It should bother everyone.
Now Brand has the championship, and we can't make fun of him for not having a championship.
can make fun
Now
of him for
you
everything
don't have a
else.
championship.
I
Yeah, I
know.
think you're the only media member. You and Justin. We'll see if Justin wins one now.
But still, it's still a great game by
Great game.
TCO. I'm happy to see the great group of guys. Happy to see them come out ahead in this one. Like I said, they had 2 big pickups in Doug McKernan and Tony Lala in the offseason, and we see that the impact those 2 players had in this game today.
Now we're going to see who wins the MVP. Darren is presenting it to Kernan McDoug. Good
MVP
job,
again.
Kernan.
Absolutely. You know what? They don't get this far. They don't win a championship without him. Huge game. As for the Brotherhood, nothing to hang your head low about. You made it this far your first season. It's awesome. Plus, we know what your name means. We don't have to worry what it stands for.
Guys, where do you rank these teams for next winter moving forward?
I'm going TCO Division 3.
But they always play under a division that they
Okay, so Division 4. No, they're going to Division 3 next year with Dougie at quarterback, I assume, having won a championship. Now for Brotherhood, I think they need a chance at Div 5. Jamal Gittins, great quarterback, don't get me wrong, but he still needs to work on some things. Division 5 would be a good division for him to do that.
I think so. I think he still needs to cut his teeth a little.
Mhm.
We saw in this game that, look, as close as the game was, Brotherhood made little mistakes along the way.
Yeah.
Whether it's a huge penalty in the last play by Quasi Gordon Mall, or an interception late in the game that was completely unnecessary by Jamal Gittins, on a couple of converts, and not really taking the converts as seriously as they need to be treated. Look, those two plays, if they make converts, Brotherhood win.
Yeah,
Well,
that's true.
Guys, look, a great finish, a photo finish. Curtis Drakes with the game-winning extra point attempt. TCO wins 33-32 over the Brotherhood. Gentlemen, great job by you two. You're done for the night.
I'm done, man. I'm going to get some beers.
I'll join you.
Oh, nice.
Having some beers.
Well,
Next
without
one's on
further
me.
ado, thank you to Rob Cabana, Darren Basmerton, you two guys for doing a great job all season long.
Yes, thank you.
on
And Brent
the
as well. Thanks to Brent for the
Gallagher,
podcast.
who is now a part of the Champions Club of the media wing of FPF. Without further ado, we wish you good night from South Shore, Quebec. T.C.O, the king of South Shore, as they beat the Brotherhood by 1 in a thrilling game. Curse Jakes, you're now the king of Division D.
HSB.